Hey y'all, Zeke Johnson here with Detroit Real Estate, man. I want to bring y'all this quick video, man, because by me teaching these classes, I've been noticing, everybody's different. You got people that's looking to get into the game and they working heavily and they really don't know too much about real estate. So when they hear my class or hear me talk live, I'm pretty sure they go home still a little confused. So if you took my class, or even if you haven't, I just want to give you guys a tip, man, on how to do your first deal. Learning this game, it can seem confusing, but it's not. I just want you guys to break it down into like 3 easy steps, okay? The most important thing for you to close on your first deal is for you to understand, what you're doing. And when I say understand, when you're wholesaling, what is wholesaling? Like, what do it mean? Like, what problem are you solving? Who are you helping? You know what I'm saying? I want you to understand that. So as a wholesaler, you are solving distressed homeowners' problem by getting them out of their situation and selling their property for them, where they're not losing, they're making some money, or they're not losing any money, okay? A lot of times they making some money, they're able to move on with their life, okay? A lot of people are going through divorce, they need to sell. Some people have died and left a property to someone, and it's going through probate, and they need to sell that property to liquidate the assets so they can divide the money amongst their family. Then you got people that's going through foreclosure. They falling behind on their payments. The bank is about to foreclose them. The auction is coming up this Thursday, and they don't know what to do. They don't know their options, and you can help them if you just know. If you just pick one of those niche markets to go after. You don't have to try to do $1 million. Man, just work on your first deal in 90 days. And the first thing I would do is pick my niche market. Do I want to go after pre-foreclosures? Do I want to focus on probate? Do I want to focus on vacant, absentee owners? What niche market are you going after? Bam, you pick probate, great. Now that you took my class and you learned how to wholesale, you got the paperwork, you got the contracts, you know how to get under contract, you know how to sign it, you know how to do a marketing fee agreement, you know how to find cash buyers. Okay, now pay for another class that's going to train you on strictly probate, okay? So probate, how do you go about doing probate? So first you got to buy some probate leads, okay? Probate leads are great. My first time buying them, I got 3 deals out of the situation. So they are great. They're highly motivated. You're going to find a deal out of that. If you don't have any money to buy any probate, call some probate attorneys. Go down to the courthouse, pull a probate list. You know what I'm saying? And cold call them. Cold call them, send them a text message, or send them a letter, or do all 3. And don't be afraid to cold call. When I first heard cold call, I said, oh, hell no, I ain't about to cold call nobody. But cold calling is great, because at the end of the day, it's the most cost-effective way to get someone on the phone and ask them if they want to sell their property. Okay, I'm gonna be putting together a probate training pretty soon for you guys to come focus on it. Tax delinquent is another great one. So if you're working a full-time job, man, try to make 10 phone calls a day. Try to get on the phone with 10 people a day, and just let that be your goal every day. If you do this for 90 days, I guarantee you'll close on your first real estate deal. So step 1, find you a niche market, okay? And when you find you a niche, buy you some leads. If it's probate, buy you some leads. If it's pre-foreclosure, pull you a list of pre-foreclosures. PropStream is a software that you can pull a list. It's $97 a month. You can subscribe to Legal News. Here in Michigan, I know we got Legal News. We got all the counties. They give you all the probate listings. I have a pre-foreclosure class that's $75 where you can learn how to navigate in and out of the system of pre-foreclosure. You'll learn the ins and outs, basically. Where to approach and where to get the list, who to talk to, documents, and etc. So, if you wanted to focus on probate or pre-foreclosure or tax delinquent, pull a list, okay? Then you skip trace that list, okay? You skip trace that list, and then you cold call them. Just call them. And all you said is, hey, how you doing? I'm calling about your property at 123 Main Street. I just want to know, would you be interested in an all cash offer? We can close quick. You don't have to do any repairs. And, we can close in 7 to 10 business days. And they're going to say yes or no, or how did you get my information? Just be honest. I pulled a list of people that may be in foreclosure, and I skip trace it, and here we are on the phone. So what, would you like a cash offer? Some of them say yes, some will say no. But if they say no, it's okay. Everybody, you're not gonna get everybody. So everything is a numbers game. So you may have to call 100, 1,000. You might have to dial 1,000 numbers to get in contact with 100 people just to hear 10 guesses, and then go on 10 appointments and only get 5 of the houses under contract, or maybe 3. But that's 3 deals that you're gonna make 10,000 plus on. So at the end of the day, it's worth it. You know what I'm saying? So don't say what you don't like. Don't say what you won't do. Do whatever people out here doing to make 100,000+ a year on the side. Like, this is literally can be a side hustle for you. You could do 10 deals a year and make an average of 10,000 per deal, which is $100,000. Or you can scale it up and do 10 deals a month and make 100,000 a month. It's totally up to you and your vision and how you feel about yourself. But closing that first deal, man, just focus on acquiring a property, okay? So get the property, cold call, text message, pull lists. List source is another source where you can pull customized lists. Absentee owner, probate. I'm not sure about probate, but pre-foreclosure, maybe tax delinquent. And then when you get that property under contract, you bought my class, use those techniques to sell the property. Because if you can find a great property, it's nothing for you to find a buyer. A lot of you, I ain't gonna say a lot of you, but a lot of the wholesalers I know that have a hard time selling the property be trash. Bad neighborhood, it's ugly, 2-bedroom, the layout sucks. Like, those are hard to sell. But if you go after a 3-bedroom, brick, nice area, just outdated, man, you'll sell that thing like nothing, okay? So yes, if you're looking for your first deal, man, just pick a niche market. I would pick probate. Pre-foreclosure is great. If you don't have any money to put towards nothing, drive for dollars to find vacant property. Skip trace those properties and just cold call. But do this consistently. Okay, we can talk about money all day, but if you're not consistent, if you're not diligent, if you don't believe, if you don't have a vision, those are the things that differentiate you from winners. Okay, if you stuck in your ways and you lackadaisical and you sitting back waiting on something to happen, you have to develop a go-getter mentality. And if you go get what you want, ain't nothing gonna stop you from getting it, okay? That's the difference between most people. A lot of people sit back and wait on a paycheck from their job. You get paid every 2 weeks. The money you make on your job, you can make a mistake and make that in real estate if you really wanted to. You know what I'm saying? I give you all the tools and things you need in both my classes for you to go out there and win. Now you just gotta go pick your market and focus on that. Spend 3 hours, if you could spend 3 hours a day cold call on the phone, or just try to get in contact with at least 10 people. If you don't want to manually dial, they have 2 systems out there, Mojo Dialer and Call Tools, that will dial 3 to 10 numbers for you at one given time, okay? And you just sit there with a headset on and wait till somebody pick up. That's it. And you just ask somebody interested in selling their property. So if you driving for Dollars neighborhood, go to REI Skip, and they will skip trace the house for you. If you don't want to pay that 15 cent a lead, go to benverified.com, start an account. It's $22 a month. And you can skip trace as many people you like, I believe. So you don't have to pay per lead. Just type in a name and a number. Address or name or whatever information you got on that person or house, put it in there, and they're gonna come back with possible leads for that property. You can do this. You're only one deal away. I don't even really wholesale that much. Like, when I find property, I sell it. I flip it. So I've recently done about 15 flips this year. I'm kind of burnt out. I'm tired. So I've been sitting back, relaxing a little bit, but I can't help but to do real estate. So I've been wholesaling. I mean, I found the deal on Facebook yesterday. It didn't cost me nothing. I found the deal on Facebook the other day, called my buyer up, they ready to buy. $2,500 markup. Yeah, just that quick. So I got 3 deals right now. We're looking to close at about $7,500. Like I said, the deals in my market are small. I deal with rental property, you know, $20,000, $25,000 deals. If you're dealing with a $100 deal, your assignment fee is going to be $10,000 to $15,000 to $20,000. If you live in a nice area and you want to wholesale in those areas, pull you a vacant list in those areas and go after the seller. I mean the homeowner, and offer them a full price cash offer for their property, and they don't have to do no repairs. Exactly. So it's going to be nothing, man. Do not make this difficult. Don't make it complicated. Take it, just break it down one step at a time. And that first step is finding a property. Who out there needs your help? What niche needs your help? Once you figure that out, now go searching for them. Now you will find what you're searching for. I know you heard that before. You know, you ever had a boyfriend or girlfriend, you looking through their phone, you're gonna find something because you're looking for something. Once you make up your mind and start looking for a certain type of property, you're gonna find it. That's just how life works. That's how our mind works. If we set our mind to something, it's gonna come to us. Especially if we consistent and diligent about it. So if you say you want to find somebody in probate, guess what you're gonna find? You're gonna find somebody in probate. It ain't hard to find. They got probate court. They got companies selling probate leads. It's public information. So think about it. You go after that public information. You find it. Bam. 123 Main Street just died. Left her house up for to her people that's in probate. You call the number. My first 5 calls on probate, everybody wanted to sell. Everybody. My first 5 calls, everybody wanted to sell. I got 1 house on the contract. I'm waiting on 2 to counter my offer. And if I get this house on the contract, the house I got on the contract, it's a $16,000 profit. $16,000. House damn near moving and ready. So yes, man, it's not that hard. If you pick tax delinquent, how many people out there is behind the taxes? You can call up List Source and get you a private list, a customized list with people that's 3 years behind the taxes, 5 to 10, 5,000 or more behind. Okay, I'm gonna give you guys some other lists that I'm working on that also can help you. But think about all the lists out there. You got probate lists, pre-foreclosure lists, tax delinquent lists, water shutoff lists. You can call the water department and find out who haven't had water. You want to list of property who haven't had water usage in the last 6 months. You don't think they highly motivated? That's a vacant house. They probably want to sell. You follow me? You got blight violation list. You got landlords that's with evictions. You can possibly put a list for all the evictions in the courthouse for a month or the last 2 or 3 months, and find out, do those landlords want to sell? Skip, trace them, and cold call them. You can upload a list to Call Tools or Mojo Dollar, and they'll just automatically start dialing numbers for you. If you scatter cold caller, you could text message blast them. Lead chirper, you could text message blast. Call loop, you could text message blast, or just Google text blast and see what companies come up and see what you can afford. Okay, so focus on that niche market. Go after it, try to find you some leads. Bam, once you find the leads, skip trace it. Once you skip trace it, cold call it, send them a letter or send them a text message, or do all 3. Bam, and just stay consistent with that. Drive for dollars. If you don't have no money, do the same thing. Find a vacant house, skip trace it, cold call it, text message, or send them a letter, or do all 3. Do that for 90 days. Please stay consistent. If you can't be consistent, do not try it. Don't waste your time, because everything in sales is a numbers game, okay? It may take you 100 houses to get 1. So that's your number. Every 100 houses you find, you get 1. So if you want to improve upon that, find out what you're doing wrong and improve it. Now it can be 5 houses to every 100 houses. You know what I'm saying? So now you know when you go out there and you look for 100 houses, you know you're going to get 1 deal out of there. So if you want 5 deals, find 500 houses. It really worked that simple, y'all. All right, man, that's enough. I want to talk y'all to death. Subscribe, like, keep following me. I want you guys to do your first deal. And I'm gonna give you a case study too on my next video about somebody in my first deal. All right, see you guys in the next video.